Monolith Productions might end up shutting down, and their announced Wonder Woman game might not ever come to market. So says the latest rumor. This comes in the wake of the game hiring one of the wokest activists out there to be a senior writer. Before we get to this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. Wrote this up over at thatparkplace.com. And before we get to this latest report, let's go over some of the background of this game. It was officially announced by Warner Brothers Games back in December 2021, almost 3 years ago. The company shared a brief teaser. It said the single-player open-world action game will introduce an original story set in the DC universe and allow players to become Diana of Themyscira to unite her Amazon family and the humans from the modern world. They added, powered by the Nemesis system, gamers will forge deep connections with both enemies and allies as they progress from a heroic fighter into a proven leader. I'm not sure why you would want to forge deep connections with your enemies. Doesn't really make any sense there unless you were actually trying to make them become your allies. Then they wouldn't really be your enemies anymore, would they? But that was the teaser. You can watch it here. Basically, it's just like kind of little like promo of Wonder Woman like jumping at you, and you get some art or whatever. And in 2023, they hired this woke activist Tanya DePass. She participated in the boycott of Hogwarts Legacy. She is the woke of the woke. She posted this announcing her involvement in the game. She says, okay, enough vague booking. I've accepted a position at Monolith as a senior writer on the Wonder Woman game starting next month. That was in April 2023. So obviously she's been working on the game for over a year now. As I said, she participated in the failed boycott of Hogwarts Legacy and claimed that J.K. Rowling was, quote, trying to wipe out trans folks and abusing her platform to do so. This is what she posted on X, March 2022. She says, nah, I'm not giving that game any of my time, obviously referring to Hogwarts Legacy. And it's not merely a controversy. It's supporting someone trying to wipe out trans folks and abusing their platform to do so. So clearly someone who lies for a living, clearly has an agenda to push and is pushing the woke transgender ideology agenda, the gay agenda as well. In 2018, she also attempted to get a GOG employee fired by claiming the employee engaged in transphobic behavior. There is no such thing as transphobic behavior because transgenderism does not exist. There are men and women, and men cannot become women, and women cannot become men. It is a mental illness. But nevertheless, she says this: whoever has the keys to GOG's social media channels needs to get bounced. That's twice they've been transphobic, once with a crappy meme and now co-opting a hashtag for trans rights to sell games. FFS. She's also the founder of the activist organization I Need Diverse Games, whose goal, according to the Chicago Tribune, is to, quote, get free passes for minority and female attendees to basically attend like conventions and things like that. Furthermore, she told the outlet this: I've been gaming for a long time. I am tired of not seeing myself in this media. Games are old enough to where we should be beyond the same scruffy white dude as the protagonist or tiled racial stereotypes or tropes. So she clearly has an animus against white people, specifically when they are the protagonists or the main characters. And she also made it very clear she does not want to bring more seats to the table, but wants the seats to be replaced. This is what she said: if I walk into a room and I see the same people on the same panel, it tells me you're not trying. There are plenty of non-white, non-dudes, queer people, non-binary, etc. that can talk about the same issues. So clearly wanting to have people replaced. That's exactly what she is trying to do. One would assume that if she's trying to get them actually physically replaced in person, she's trying to do the same in video games. So this is a woman with a clear agenda. She's clearly embraced the woke ideologies, numerous of them obviously promoting transgender ideology. So this game, in my opinion, was already dead on arrival. And it looks like they might be having issues with their development because Kind of Funny Games YouTube host Greg Miller questioned about a week ago in a recent show that the game might not ever be seen. This is what he said: do you ever see it? Do you ever see it? I don't know. I don't know. He then later added, in the past year, because I'll leave it ambiguous, I have talked to an insider who was like, this game's troubled. That's it. That's all I'll say. So I don't hold out hope that it's any place to show something at Summer Game Fest. He then added, then again, what is troubled actually mean? I think it's not where they want it to be. I don't think it's ready for prime time. And then I go to what the F is Warner Brothers doing? What do they want to do? What are they trying to do to these games? Obviously, you've got Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, abysmal failure. They seem to be working on some kind of Hogwarts Legacy director's cut. And then I guess they're working on some kind of like Arkham VR game as well. And those are like just kind of the things we know that they are working on. He then said this again. I could easily see it. You close the studio, you cancel the project. So he thinks that there's the possibility that this entire project might be scrapped. And there might be something to that because literally days after he said this, Monolith Productions actually posted this to X that they were looking for a lead gameplay engineer. Remember, this game was announced in December 2021, almost 3 years ago. And now they're looking for a lead gameplay engineer. One wonders why didn't they have a lead gameplay engineer already in place? Or if they did this gameplay engineer leave? It does sound like there is trouble in this Wonder Woman game, but this is what the company posted. Are you ready to lead an epic journey? Monolith Productions is seeking a lead gameplay engineer for our upcoming Wonder Woman game. Could you be our ideal superhero? Lead, innovate, and inspire with us. And then obviously tells you to visit their website to check that out. So my hope is that this game will indeed be canned because you know the story is going to be absolute garbage. You have someone who's clearly heavily involved in woke ideology, clearly is trying to push it, has tried to get people fired, has engaged in a boycott over it. You know that is going to be injected into the game. That's all these people can do. They write about themselves. And that is what this game will indeed be about. It probably will be as bad or even worse than Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. So if I'm Warner Brothers and I actually cared about making money, which David Zaslav seems to indicate that he wants to do, I would take Greg Miller's advice there and scrap the studio and scrap this project for sure. At the very least, I would fire Tanya DePass for clearly basically destroying the game because there's absolutely no way that she's not injecting this stuff into the game. But we also know that Warner Brothers Discovery is all about the woke ideology too. They have a chief diversity officer who literally says he's trying to reshape the company's culture by getting people that are against woke ideology to resign willingly so that they can then replace them with their woke zealots and then continue to harm David Zaslav's attempts at reducing the company's insane, massive amounts of debt. And by creating games like this, you're really not doing that. So kind of working against you there, Mr. Zaslav. Maybe you need to clean some house there, get rid of your woke agenda that is kind of taking over your company. But let me know what you guys make of this. What do you make of this report that this Wonder Woman game is troubled in the wake of them hiring this kind of super woke zealot to be their senior writer on the game? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, but to always speak the truth.